Lions Rock Productions.
For those that don't know, Jonny won gold in Nagano in freestyle. You're incredible. You've hosted a bunch of different reality shows to include Road Rules. And by the way, I'm not reading this off a bio. This is all because I know what you do. You hosted American Ninja. Is that what that show is called?
Yeah, American Ninja Warrior.
Yep. And obviously you have your web series, Jonny Moseley's Wildest Dreams. You've hosted Saturday Night Live. You've been to more than one Olympics, which was huge for me to watch you go out and do it again and absolutely break new ground. But what really makes it special is that we go way back prior to all of this stuff. Somewhere in my mom's house is a news story that I did on you when we were up in Squaw. And, man, this is really good to talk to you. And I can't believe it's been 20-plus years, but it's been 20-plus years.
I know, man. It's awesome. I'm so glad we're back in touch. You know, like we had such great times, and I have such excellent memories.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. So one of those memories, we were skiing in Utah, and we were sort of out of bounds. And your brother, who's also a world-class skier, there are a bunch of us out there, and we had decided to make me into a mogul. I don't know if you remember this at all, but we buried me in snow. And then some ski patrol guy's coming down, and he's trying to clear them out, and he has no idea who he comes up on. And so everybody goes down. And ultimately what we were doing is we were jumping off of me, and so you did this enormous – I think it was one of those 180 split 180s that you used to do. And the guy's face was like, "Oh, fuck it. You guys know what you're doing." And he just left. It's hilarious.
How'd somebody talk you into being a mogul?
I was skiing with these guys, and I'm literally the shittiest skier. I'm all muscle and shoulders.
Hey, Pete, why don't you could be a mogul?
That was Pete's role. It was like Pete'll do it, you know.
right.
Pete'll do it. That's like that, you know. And let's get Pete to do it. You know, that's kind of like how it was.
So you guys were you guys were pre-Jackass, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely.
We actually, Jonny and I.
Pete, be a speed bump on the street right now.
Jonny and
Pete,
I actually.
Wear this cup. We're going to hit you with the cup as hard as we can.
Do you remember we were same trip. We were up there in Utah, and we all got into you and I got into laundry carts, and basically your brother and a couple other guys just shoved us down this mountainous parking lot. It was a good time. I'm going to go way back again one more time here, then we'll get caught up on things. When I was in the Army in Germany, saw that you guys, the U.S. team, was coming through France, and I went and saw you win in La Clusaz. You won the overall in addition to something else. But I remember being there and being so proud of what you were doing and knowing that you were about to emerge onto the scene at an Olympic level, and then having some French guy talking about Edgar Grossbaron and how he was the past, and Jonny, he was la future, and he was talking to us in French, and we were having a great time. But he was right, man. You were the future. You were about to take the style out of freestyle and make it more free. And I know you've talked about this stuff a lot, so we won't spend a lot of time here, but I just wanted to tell you, as a guy that knew you, as you came up before you became this Olympic hero, it was awesome to see you have a vision and take and realize that thing, man. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, no, it's funny to think back when you came to see us in La Clusaz, which was, it was World Championship. I was kind of just on the tour, and Edgar was ruling it, and I was kind of making my way, and nobody really knew. It was like that time when Rick and I were off in this obscure world of competing in a event that no one really knew about. Of course, the Olympics were sort of like this outside notion that we were potentially thinking about and obviously heavily thinking about it, but whether it was a reality or not was not necessarily there. And no one came to see us that we knew. Nobody. Once we went to Europe, it was like we were off the map. It wasn't being covered or anything like that. So it was awesome when you showed up. I remember it was cool to have someone that was like, wow, this is worthwhile enough. I'm going to take some time out of my schedule over here and go watch these guys compete. So, I remember that being kind of memorable. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny too because I stepped into your world for a minute, and the time when I came, everybody apparently got inspired to come see you and your friends because there was the one guy that's in the Warren Miller films with the dogs. That guy happened to show up, and then I believe at the time your girlfriend was modeling in Geneva or some ridiculous thing, and then she shows up, and it was like this convergence of all these different lives and things.
That's true. You're right. That was totally random. Scott Kennett showed up.
Yes, that's right.
That was random. Scott Kennett from Telluride, who is famous for being an amazing skier, but also having a husky dog, would run down every slope he would ski. And he randomly showed up there because he was on his way to Le Grave. That's true. We ran into him there. And then, yeah, that's right. Michelle, my girlfriend, Michelle Merkin, was like working in Geneva, and she came up too. That's right.
Yeah.
Dang, I totally forgot about that.
Well, there's something else that I wanted to bring in. This will get us kind of going forward. Is even back when we were hanging out at Davis at Rick's fraternity house, having parties and stuff, I remember you asking me, like, how do I become quotable? Like, how do I know to say things that are going to capture people? And I think you had an idea then that you had a future coming in front of the mic.
I actually asked you that?
Yes.
No, come on.
I swear to God. And my advice was to listen to what I think Andy VanSlyke in baseball was notable for saying things that made people remember. So yes, absolutely.
Is that Scott VanSlyke's dad?
Yes. Yeah.
Whoa, crazy.
What is it? How do you say things quotable?
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to speak in sound bites, or
I think, yeah, well, that's what he did. He spoke in sound bites. He just took things that were real. It's like, okay, you guys lost the World Series. How'd you get over it? I went fishing. I caught a fish and I punched it in the face and I threw it back in. And when you say things like that, people notice,
people remember it. They won't remember this long speech you give afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I think the way to be quoted seems like don't think. I think that's where I was. That's every time I'm like, wow, that's what they picked up, huh? I had no idea I was even going to say in that. So part of it is.
I think the way
I think a slow moving mind helps you be quotable.